आप सभी लोगों को बहुत बहुत स्वागत आज के इस सत्र में। और आज का ये सत्र बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होने जा रहा है क्योंकि आज मैं आप लोगों को मातृका के रहस्य पर प्रकाश डालूंगा। Today is very important class because today I'm talking about the mystery of matrika. So every sentence, every moment of this session is important. So I want you all should be very aware in this class. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me in your chat or after the class. So let's get ready for the class. सभी लोग क्लास के लिए तैयार हो जाएं। आज के इस सत्र में हम लोग मातृका रहस्य को समझेंगे। So I am opening a PPT. Can you see the PPT? Anybody answer?
जी
Yes,
जी
Guruji,
गुरु
we can see.
जी
Okay.
गुरुजी।
Okay. So here you can see the complex picture of Matrika. This is the picture of Astamatrika. And this type of picture we can find in temples. In various temples in India, you can see this 8 goddesses: Mahalakshmi, Maheshwari, Kaumari, Brahmani, Andri, Varuhi. Like this, you can see Chamunda, also known as Kalika. So you can see the different goddesses. So today we are going to understand the Matrika and the goddesses, the Shakti, in little detail. So as you remember, I already talked about Shiva and Shakti. So it is written in Hindi. So in a big circle, written is Shiva and Shakti. शिव और शक्ति जो परम तत्व परमात्मा से, परम शिव से उद्धृत होते हैं, प्रकट होते हैं, अर्धनारीश्वर शिव शक्ति. So this is the prime, the supreme, which is Shiva and Shakti as it's complete. And from this, we already discussed in a last session, the 3 ultimates come up. The Iksha Shakti, that is the supreme or ultimate desire. The Kriya Shakti, which is the ultimate action. And the Gyan, the ultimate wisdom. Iksha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Gyan Shakti. So in last session, we already understood this part as a divine expansion of Shakti into 3 forms. Iksha as a goddess Kali, Adi Shakti. Kriya as a goddess Mahalakshmi. And Gyan as a goddess Saraswati. So last time we discussed a very complex understanding of this Iksha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Gyan Shakti, how it creates whole universe, how it creates the creation. In this, we understood certain points. The Iksha, from Iksha, the Ashwarya, the power of supreme Nityatva, eternity came up. Nityatva is eternity. In the second column, you can understand. Then from Iksha and Kriya, the second row, first point, Iksha plus Kriya. From this, omnipresence came up. Sarva Vyapta. Omnipresence came up. From Kriya Shakti, Sarv Kartritva, omnipotence came up. From Kriya and Gyan, Sampurna, the completeness come up. And from the Gyan, the omniscience, Sarvagyata came up. So these are the 5 heads of Lord Shiva, 5 attributes of Lord Shiva. The Supreme Consciousness have these 5 attributes because of this Iksha, Kriya and Gyan. What are these 5? The eternity, omnipresence, omnipotence, completeness, and omniscience. These are the 5 attributes of the Supreme. And the attributes of God can be only 5. It cannot be 6. It cannot be 4. If you think about the Supreme, the attributes of God, then only these 5 you can feel, not more than that. But because of Maya, as we discussed also in the last time, these attributes get limited. And from the eternity, the Kal came up because the eternity get binded, get limited. Similarly, omnipresence get limited to Niyati. Sarv Kartritva, omnipotence, limited into Kala. The Sampurnata, the completeness, limited into the Rag. And Sarvagyata, omniscience, limited into the Vidya. These are the 5 curtains of Maya, the 5 layers which create the Maya, and the Shiva become the Jivatma. The Shiva become the Purush. Because of these 5, the Kal, Niyati, Kala, Rag, and Vidya. This 5 is very important to understand as a different types or different classification of Maya. These 5 are known as Maya, Maya Shakti. So these 5 are called Maya Shakti. Kal, which resembles the time, and I explain it what is Kal. It is not exactly the time, but when A changes to B, when A dies and B born up, come up, pop up, A finish and B come up, then this transformation from A to B is called Kal. What is Niyati? It is not exactly the destiny, but because this English word is very limited, when we say destiny, we quickly come in our mind, oh, it's our fate of our life. But it is not the fate. You are human because of niyati. The lion, the animals, the birds, the fish, tree or fish because of the niyati. They destined to be a fish, a tree, a bird. When Supreme Consciousness, the Lord Shiva, because of the Maya, limited into certain akritis, certain shape, size, and mass, then it is called niyati. From which is omnipresence, the Supreme, which is omnipresence, now limited to niyati, destined to niyati. This is what the niyati is. Similarly, the omnipotence Supreme Param Shiva, when limited to kala, any art, So art is also, normally people ask, Guruji, art is not something which a human has the attributes. I used to say, no, don't look art as from the supreme. When you are omnipotent and when you are limited to a simple art, one, two, three, four, five arts, then it is a process of limitation. And some poor people don't have many arts in them. Similarly, rag means attachment. Supreme consciousness has a feeling of fulfillness, completeness. He need not anybody, anyone, anything, any space, any time. But when this supreme consciousness limited, then he needs somebody. They attach, they dependent on somebody. This is called rag. And when your omniscience limit, then it limits to vidya. So Maya is a process of limitation. Anav, Anav Mal, when you are limited. What are those energy which make you limited in this? So in next column, I wrote Bhuchari, Dikchari, Gochari, Khechari, and Vameshwari. These are the five Shakti, the power which make you the process of limitation, that develops the process of limitation. Normally, yoga teachers heard about these words as a mudra of bindu. They have different angles of eye where they fix their eye at Nasikagra, Bhuchari, Dikchari, Gochari, Khechari, and Shambhavi or Vameshwari. But these are not something just a point where your eye fix in a mudra, what we learn in Hatha Yoga traditions. But these words have a deep meaning in the Tantra. This Bhuchari is actually develops the power which develops the Mahabhut. The Dikchari, which develops the Tanmatra. What is Mahabhut? The five uh, elements, the earth, water, fire, air, and the ether. This is called Mahabhut. The Dikchari Shakti creates Tanmatra. Tanmatra is what? The feeling of touch, taste, smell, vision. This is all the Tanmatra. Kochari, the power, the Shakti, which develops the Indriya, the 10 Indriyas and one man, the mind. Khechari, the Shakti, which develops the Ahamkar or the Mahat. Vameshwari develops the Mahat. So these are, when you understand it in the format, little more elaborate it, I explained it in a last session, how this Bhuchari develops Muladhar Chakra, this Dikchari develops Swadhisthana Chakra, Gochari develops the Manipur Chakra, Khechari develops the Anahat Chakra, and Vameshwari the Vishuddhi Chakra. These are five human chakras. And with the correspondent, I wrote also the five Maya. The Muladhar relate with the Kal. The Swadhisthana relate with the Niyati. Manipur relate with the Kala. Anahat relate with the Rag. Vishuddhi relate with the Vidya. So you should understand these words very clearly. These Sanskrit terms, you need to remember it. It will come again and again. those who are not the Hindi or Sanskrit spoken people, they should understand these words. What is Kal, what is Niyati, what is Kala, what is Rag? You may ask me again and again if you not understand. You should understand the chakras. You should understand the mudras, Bhuchari, Dikchari, Gochari, Khechari, Vameshwari. So if you understand these things, then I will elaborate how these creates the whole universe. Chakra, normally we understand it is something in center in our body. But the concept is what is in your body that is in the Brahmand. जो ही पिंडे सो ब्रह्मांडे, जो ही ब्रह्मांडे so in pinde, in your body, whatever structure. If you, in earlier time, when our technology is not so developed, we developed the science. Remember, science and technology is two different things. In earlier age, we developed science. That time, technology was not so developed. To understand the ocean, we tried to understand a drop of water. And yes, true, if you understand the drop of water, you can understand the ocean. That is the science. And in Vedic literature, all science are explored in a very high level. Some people give arguments, oh, that time technology was not there, but you will surprise. The speed of light is written in the Vedic literature, in the Rig Veda. How come the rishis know the speed of light? The distance between sun and moon, the diameter of moon, the diameter of sun, the revolution and all the nakshatras, all the rashis, the situation of planets and their movement is explained in the Vedas. At that time, technologies are not so developed, like telescope or other things were not there. But they developed the science. That's why the Vedic literatures are the scientific literatures. The science is going with the religion. That's why the Sanatan culture is scientific culture. We were not technically developed, but scientifically developed. I'll explain this table a little later on. First, you need to understand what type of philosophy I'm talking about. I'm talking about the philosophy of Tantra. And one of the Tantra is called Tantric philosophy. The Kashmir Shaiv Darshan, the Kashmir philosophy. The Rishi Kashyap developed this philosophy. And in this philosophy, there are 36 elements. 36 elements. We use the word element, but it is tattva in Sanskrit. Again, we have no similar word like tattva. We used to say elements, but this is the limitation of English. The tattva is something, when you know it, you know everything. Tattva is the science of everything. When you know the tattva, you know the whole everything. That is called the tattva. That is the definition of tattva. But there is no similar word in English. That is the limitation. So we use this element in that. So we have 36 tattva. To understand the tantra, we need to understand the 36 tattva. And again, this 36 tattva is divided into three basic classification. The para, apara, and apara. Para means beyond. para is combination of two words, para and apara. When para and apara both, the middle part, the middle is para. And apara means in Sanskrit the lower. In English, upper means upper, but in Sanskrit, apara means lower. So three classification is there: para, para, and apara. And all together, we say the tantra is what? Para. Para. That is the definition of tantra. So what exactly in the higher consciousness, in higher consciousness, there is the six tattva. What are the six tattva? Param Shiv and Shakti, Iksha, Gyan and Kriya. We already discussed these six elements in last session in great detail. The second level, which is para and apara both, that is Kal, Niyati, Kala, Rag, Vidya, including all its mudras, Dikchari, Gochari, Khechari, Bhuchari, and Vameshwari, including all its development. Then Purush and Prakriti. These are the seven elements, the tattva in the middle, in the second, para. Then last it comes apara. The classification is apara, and then it has 23 tattvas. 23 tattvas. And mostly it relates with the Sankhya philosophy. Mahat, Ahankar, the 10 Indriyas, Man, 5 Tanmatras, and 5 Mahabhut. So these are the basic cosmological explanation of the Trik Darshan to understand whole creation and beyond creation. Why we understand this science? This is actually the pure science. We need to understand the whole, everything. What is, why, and we get all these answers from the philosophy. Now we try to understand these three stages of drashta. The Purush, Jivatma. Actually, we forget we are the real drashta, real observer, the Atman. Jivatma. Shiva, the higher consciousness, and Param Shiva, the highest consciousness. So highest consciousness make himself as Ishwar, that is Shiva, and the Jiva or Jivatma as Purush. So Shiv make himself as a Pashu, Pashupati. From Param Shiva, it develops into the Shiva, and lastly to the Purush. This is how Shiva deteriorates itself. Here this philosophy says there is no actually two things. The God and the Jivatman, we are not different. Shivoham, I am the Shiva. Aham Brahmasmi. These are the statements which says, I am myself the Shiva. Everyone is the Shiva. But Shiva restrain himself into the Purush, into the Jivatma. Paran Shiva changes into the Purush. And in this changing, you can see this picture to understand in more detail. Param Shiva, which divided into two basic things, Shakti and Shiva. and Shakti, which is Para Shakti, develops it herself into Para and Apara. And Shiva develops into the Purush. Now, you can see in a row, then Purush have the two type of Shakti, Apara and Para. Purush cannot hold the Adi Shakti. Remember my words, my every words are important. Purush cannot hold the Adi Shakti. Purush has the Shakti known as Apara and Para. Let's understand a little more about Para and Apara. Adi Shakti, as I explained you, she make herself into 5 curtains of Maya: Kal, Niyati, Kala, Rag, and Vidya. And you can see all these 5 Mayavi Shakti develops the 5 basic Matrika, Bhuchari, Dikchari, Gochari, Khechari, and Vameshwari. And from this 5 Matruka, it develops from Bhuchari to Mahabhut, Dikchari to Tanmatra, Gochari to Indriyas and Manas, Khechri to Ahankar, and Vameshwari to the supreme intellect, the Mahat Tattva. According to the Shaktra tradition of Tantra, the same thing explained into different words. Adi Shakti, Ambika Shanta, Vama Iksha Shakti, Jesta Gyan Shakti, Rodri Kriya Shakti. Now, Iksha, Gyan, and Kriya is explained as Vama, Jesta, and Rodri. These are the synonym word. Tantra explained it, Iksha, as a Vama because of their attribute. The Iksha has an attribute of Vama. Gyan has an attribute of Jestha. And Kriya has an attributes of Rodri. We will go detailed. Why Iksha is Vama? What is the meaning of Vam? It is not the left actually. Vam, we understand, we talk it as a left, but we go in detail to understand what exactly meaning of Vama. Gyan is Jestha and Kriya is Rodri. In different session, I will explain the 3 meanings, Vama, Jestha, and Rodri, in a great detail to understand the Iksha, Gyan, and Kriya. This chart is little difficult to understand those who don't have experiences in the Nada Yoga. In Nada Yoga, I have talked about the Pashyanti Nad, the Paranad. You can see this in this chart. You have also seen in the Shri Vidya, in a Shri Yantra, Ashtakon, the Trikon and Mahabindu. You can see this thing in this table. The Uma, which is responsible for the first Spandan, the first vibration, which came out from the Ambika or Shanta. I'll explain it. This is somehow, I just gave you as a glimpse. To understand this chart, you need to go very deep into Matrika. This chart is little difficult for you. I'll explain it little later. First, you understand the simple things. From the Nad, the vibration, the primordial vibration, the Matrika came up. Okay? And from the Matrika, the Varn came up. So, understand these 3 developments. From the vibration, Matrika came up, and from Matrika, the Varna. Varna again we translate because Nad and Matrika don't have English translation, but normally Varna we say alphabets. Well, alphabet is again not very good translation, but I don't have the English translation of Varna. Varna has very great word, very great word. And nobody can translate the Varna. We say Varna as alphabet. I think this is wrong. Because from Varna, the basic four things come up. From Varna, we developed Vak and Manas. Vak means the sentence we use, the talk, the communication, and the mind. Varna develops the communication and the mind. From this development, you can say, oh, maybe Varna means alphabet. And mostly English writer, when they translated Sanskrit text into the English text, what they did is they translated Varna into alphabet because Varna is very close to Vak. Vak is the communication. And communication, from communication, the mind, the Manas Tattva came up, the Tark came up, the logics came up, the Anuman came up. These all came up from the Vak. And the goddess is known as Vak Devi or the Saraswati. So Vak is a goddess in which you understand another people, you communicate another people. This is Vak. So Varna, from the Varna, Vak came up. And then from then, the Tarka, Vitarka, Agam, Anuman, all came up from the Vak Shakti, Vak Devi. From Vak, we develop sentences. We develop the writings, the grammar. So this is Vak. And then that's why many people understand the Varna as the syllables, the alphabets. But again, Varna develop Pad. What is Pad? This you need to understand. Pad means the post. Normally we say, what is your post? What is your rank? What is your position? Many people, they confused people. They say Varna as a jati because of the meaning Pad. Pad don't mean the jati, caste. It is not mean as caste. But people, confused people develop, oh, Varna means jati. आप किस वर्ण के हो? अरे वर्ण तो आप श्याम वर्ण के हैं, आप गौर वर्ण के हैं. वर्ण तो आपका एट्रीब्यूट बताता है, आपका पोजीशन बताता है, आपका पद बताता है. लेकिन हमने वर्ण को क्या ले लिया? जाति से ले लिया और सारा गड़बड़ सड़बड़ कर दिया. सारे ज्योतिष जो है आपके ज्योतिषाचार्य है, वो वर्ण को जाति मान के बैठे हुए. नहीं, वर्ण का मतलब होता है पद. ये गंभीर शब्द है. वर्ण जैसा गंभीर शब्द बहुत कम बना है. वेदों के दर्शन में वर्ण सर्वाधिक गंभीर शब्दों में से एक है. पद से बना है पदार्थ. पदार्थ का मतलब क्या होता है? कोई बताएगा? पदार्थ का मतलब क्या?
Substance.
Materials or
Very good.
substances, Guruji.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. सो वर्ण से पद बनता है, पद से पदार्थ बनता है. सो फ्रॉम द वर्ण the pad came up, and from the pad the material, the substance came up, which has shape, which has shape. That's why from varna akriti came up, the shape, size, which has some geometrical shape. हम किसी को बोलते हैं काला, नीला, पीला, हरा, मोटा, पतला, ऊंचा, नीचा, whatever. This says it's varna, these attributes, these adjectives, whatever adjectives we say, that is the varna. So can you say one is alphabet? No, no, it is not alphabet. Varna is highly, highly spiritual term which don't have any English translation. But many writers confused and wrote varna as a alphabet, which is completely wrong. And from varna, one more thing come up, which is the mantra. From the varna, mantra came up. And from the mantra, devata came up. You see, from varna, mantra come up, and from the mantra, devata come up. What is mantra? Mantra is a special combination of the varna. The mantra don't have any relation with the alphabets. It has a relation with some vibrations, some specific matrika, composition of matrika. That's why many mantra don't have meaning. Especially the bij mantras don't have the meaning, but it has the specific power. So you understand what varna is? So varna is very, very deep understanding. Now we see in the alphabetic order in a Sanskrit. Ka kha ga ga anga cha cha ja ja iya ta tha da da na ta tha da da na pa pa ba ba ma yara la wa sha sha sa aksha. This is called Vyanjan. And when you go detail about this Vyanjan, you will surprise. These alphabets are not really alphabet. It's talk about the elements, Prithvi, the earth, Jala, the water, Teja, the Agni, Vayu, the air, Akash, the space. Every Sanskrit letter is talking about something special terms of cosmology. You have to see a goddess Kali. And in Niruttar Tantra, it is written as Panchadas Dvarna Mundamala Galadudhra Charchitam. Mama Kanthe Sthitam Bijam Panchadvasham Varna Adbhutam Kamdhanu Tantra. It is written in Kamdhanu Tantra. It says that you can see the goddess Kali has a Mundamala, a mala of the head. And these are 51 in the number. So what is this 51? This is the Matrika Shakti. So Mahakali जो मुंडमाला पहनती हैं, वो मुंडमाला मुंड की नहीं है, वो मातृका शक्ति है. मातृका शक्ति को सिंबलाइज करने के लिए ये मुंड को वहां इस तरह से पहनाया जाता है. एक हमारे वन ऑफ द टीचर है अरुण व्यास जी, उन्होंने बड़ी सुंदर वर्णमाला का स्वरूप बनाया. I am really thankful for one of my teacher Arun Vyas who made this very beautiful matrika, and I will explain you what is beauty in this varnamala. It is start with a and end with ha. I'll talk about these words are so magically important and why I'm talking about this matrika. You can see it make a special view or mala. That's why it is known as Varna Mala. It is making a mala. A, I, u, ri, ri. You can see. A, I, O, Au, Ang, Ah, Ka, Kha, Ga, and making a mala, a vyuha. That's why it is called Varna Vyuh or Varna Mala. And how this Varna came up from the Matrika, we need to understand it. When the three swara, A, and E, there is the three basic swar, A, and E. From A, which is known as Anuttar, which is known as Param Shiva. A is Param Shiva, Param Bindu, Mahabindu. A is the dot. From dot, one rekha, one line is come up. E, when it turned back, making cone. So E. A is the Param Shiva and A is the expansion of Param Shiva. In terms of Matrika, A is known as Kriya Shakti, A is the Gyan Shakti, E is the Iksha Shakti. And from this E, all the swara came up. All the Matrika turns into the Varna. So this Trikon, the cone is facing downward, the angle is facing downward, you see, because it is the Shakti. When we have to show the Shiva, then it is upward. And Shiva and Shakti together, then two triangles crossing each other. So what is this Trikon, this triangle? Is, we say, the Paramananda Sthanam, the space where Param Anand, supreme bliss is there. From all, everything came up, जिससे पूरे जगत की उत्पत्ति होती है। त्रिकोण सृष्टि का प्रथम उद्गार है। बिंदु से रेखा, रेखा से कोण और कोण से त्रिकोण, ये सृष्टि का प्रथम आकृति है। पहली आकृति जो बनती है वो त्रिकोण है, क्योंकि बिंदु से रेखा, रेखा से कोण और कोण से त्रिकोण। मैंने पिछली बार बताया था कोण से क्या बनता है, इच्छा शक्ति, ईकार होता है। अ से एक रेखा बन गया, ई होते ही उसमें कोण आ गया और आगे बढ़ करके वो पहले स्थान से मिलकर के त्रिकोण बनाया। तो ये स्वरूप है। प्रकाश लिंग काशी, देयर इज अ टर्म इन अ तंत्र called Prakash Ling Kashi. What is the Kashi? Kashi means Prakash Ling. काशी का मतलब पता है क्या है? एक प्रकाशवान शिवलिंग। कहते हैं कि जब ब्रह्मा और विष्णु में बहस हो रहा था कि कौन बड़ा, तो कौन पहले आया, तो शिव एक प्रकाश स्तंभ के रूप में प्रकट हुए थे। उसी को कहा जाता है काशी, वही है काशी। काशी कोई स्थान नहीं है, हमारे भीतर का वो शिवलिंग जो प्रकाश स्तंभ है, प्रकाश लिंग है, उसी को काशी कहा जाता है। तो तंत्र क्या कहता है, प्रकाश लिंग काशी के अंतर्गत क्या कही जाती है कि मातृका वो स्फुरणा है जिससे स्वप्रकाशित ज्ञान उत्पन्न होता है। मातृका से ज्ञान उत्पन्न, और वो ज्ञान ही ब्रह्म है। मातृका आपके भीतर में जो ज्ञान पैदा करती है वो ज्ञान ही ब्रह्म है। द मातृका creates the wisdom, and wisdom itself is the Brahman. That is the meaning of Kashi. So we need to understand this first important word, a and ha, as I said in the Varnamala, a and ha is important. We start with the a, where things get start up. Ha, ha is the visarg, when everything collapse. So from starting to collapsing, from expansion to contraction, अ से ह तक, और उसमें जो शक्ति रूपा है जिसका उच्चारण होता है अंग और मिलके बनता अहंग। अहंग मतलब मेरा अस्तित्व, अहंग मतलब ईगो नहीं, अहंग मतलब अस्तित्व। और वो जो अनुस्वार है उसको हम लोग तंत्र में भैरव कहते हैं। भैरव का मतलब क्या होता है? भरण रवण वमन। जो भरण करे, रवण करे, वमन करे, वो भैरव है। जो क्रिएट करे, सस्टेन करे, डिस्ट्रॉय करे, वो भैरव है। और भैरव ही अहम है, हमारा अस्तित्व है। तो जब बिंदु के साथ अ और ह मिल जाता है तो क्या उत्पत्त होता है? अहम, भैरव। उस जो अहमात्मक रूप जो हमारा तैयार होता है वही हमारा अस्तित्व है, अ से लेके ह तक। और तंत्रालोक में कहा गया है, एक मेवम परम रूपम भैरव स्यामात्मकम। और जो उस अहम का आनंद है, उस अहम के यानी स्वयं के होने का जो आनंद है, वही त्रिपुर सुंदरी है। उसी को त्रिपुर सुंदरी कहते हैं। दैट इज व्हाट द त्रिपुर सुंदरी इज। डू नॉट कंफ्यूज त्रिपुर सुंदरी एज अ गॉडेस। इट इज द ब्लिस, ब्लिस ऑफ सेल्फ एग्जिस्टेंस। स्वयं के आनंद का वो रूप है। उसको थोड़ा सा हम और समझते हैं क्योंकि ये सारी बातें समझने जैसी है। अ, ह और बिंदु, ये जो अनुस्वार है, ये आपस में जब मिलता है तो आपकी सृष्टि, आप अस्तित्व में आते हैं। अस्तित्व में आना होता है। अहम मतलब अस्तित्व में आना। अ से ह तक पूरी वर्णमाला, अ से क्रिएट होकर ह में विसर्ग होने वाला जो संगठित रूप है, जो कलेक्टिव रूप है, जो अहंग है, वो आपका अस्तित्व है। जिसमें आकार अनुत्तर है, शिव है। अनुत्तर क्यों बोलते हैं शिव को? क्योंकि उसका उत्तर नहीं है। इनका इनका कोई जवाब नहीं है, लाजवाब है। अनुत्तर मतलब लाजवाब। इसका फर्दर कोई एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं। आप निर्वचनीय है, उस पर कुछ बोल ही नहीं सकते। अनुत्तर है। जैसे कोई अवाक हो गया, चकित हो गया, हैरान हो गया, तो वो उसके पास शब्द नहीं रहते, निःशब्द हो जाता है, निरुत्तर हो जाता है। लेकिन यहां निरुत्तर नहीं, अनुत्तर है। उत्तर हो ही नहीं सकता इसका। वो अकार है। अकार अनुत्तर से आकार बना, जो शिव है। और हकार है विसर्ग शक्ति। जो विसर्ग, जो कोलैप्स हो जाता है, जो बिंदु बन जाता है, जो समाप्त हो जाता है। और अ और ह के साथ में जो अनुस्वार लगा, जो मैंने बताया, वही भैरव शक्ति, वही भैरव है। वही वो शक्ति है जो अहम बनाती है, जोड़ करके वो अपने एक स्वरूप को निर्मित करती है। तो अ को हम लोग श्वेत बिंदु भी कहते हैं, जिसको प्रकाश कह लो, शिव कह लो। ह को हम लोग रक्त बिंदु कहते हैं, जो विमर्श कह लो, माहेश्वरी कह लो। और इन दोनों को जोड़ करके जो बिंदु बनाते हैं, उसको हम लोग भैरव, सूर्य या कामकूट कहते हैं। और ये जो अहम बनता है, उसका जो काम कला है, उसका जो आनंद है, वही त्रिपुर सुंदरी है, जो परामात्रिका है। परामात्रिका क्यों है? क्योंकि मात्रिका इससे उत्पन्न होती है। ठीक है। जहां आपके सर से ऊपर जाने लगेगा, हमें रोक दीजिएगा। अगर आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि बात कुछ ज्यादा हो गई गुरुजी, थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई कीजिए, तो हम सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे आपको। तो जो अहम रूपी ब्रह्म है, उसका आनंद है त्रिपुर सुंदरी। त्रिपुर सुंदरी परा मात्रिका है, परा वाणी है। फ्रॉम त्रिपुर सुंदरी ऑल मात्रिका केम अप। सो त्रिपुर सुंदरी इज द मदर ऑफ ऑल मात्रिका। जो ऐसी मात्रिका जो सूक्ष्म से सूक्ष्म रूप को धारण करती है, और वही महामाया होकर के समस्त सृष्टि को जनती है, मंत्र बनाती है, मंत्र से देवता उत्पन्न होते हैं। ठीक है। इसी पराशक्ति में इच्छा, ज्ञान और क्रिया सूक्ष्म दशा में, इसको हमने अभी अभी नाम दिया था वामा, ज्येष्ठा और रौद्री। अब इस पे चर्चा करेंगे हम, इस क्लास में तो नहीं करेंगे, आगे क्लास में हम वामा, ज्येष्ठा और रौद्री पर बात करेंगे। तो मातृका के विस्तार से पूरी सृष्टि का विस्तार होता है, और वो अपने अपने प्रॉपर स्पंदन से एक फ्रेम उत्पन्न करती है। व्हेन मातृका द वाइब्रेशंस डेवलप, इट डेवलप्स द डिफरेंट डिफरेंट ग्रिड्स एंड फ्रेम्स। इन संस्कृत these grids and frames are known as लय, ताल, छंद और पद। इसको आप व्याकरण मत समझो, इसको आप साहित्य और कविता मत समझो। छंद का मतलब, ताल का मतलब ये कविता नहीं है, ये गंभीर आध्यात्मिक शब्द है। जब हम संगीत की पढ़ाई करेंगे तो आपको समझ में आएगा कि ये छंद, ये ताल, ये केवल संगीत में काम नहीं आता है, इसके कुछ गंभीर आध्यात्मिक मीनिंग है। मातृका, when it forms into kriya shakti, then the space develops, the direction develops, it develops into kala, tattva, bhuvan and padarth. We will come in these letters. What is lay, what is tal, what is chand, what is pad, kala, tattva, bhuvan and padarth. These all words need to be understand. Do not take it as a simple words we use in our Hindi language. They have a great sacred meanings in our tantric text. And when you go to the deep of this whole varna, then it is basically divided into two parts, the vowel and the consonant. The vowels are 16 in the Sanskrit. Normally it is in English there is only 5, A, I, O, U, but in Sanskrit it is 16. A, A, I, U, U, Ri, 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 A, I, O, Au, Ang, Ah. This is 16 in the Sanskrit. And we can divide all this into three different layers. A, I, U, A, Au, Ang is called the male gender, and A, I, U, I, Au, Ah we call Striling, the female gender. What is the Shivamay? In the Shiva, it is Ri, Ru, and in Shakti May, Lru, Lri. This is Shakti May. And since these swara has a luminous body, these swara are the luminous body, these are the Pashyanti. These every swara has a luminous existence. That's why it is called Bhairav. स्वप्रकाशित होने के कारण इसके अधिष्ठाता भैरव होते हैं, स्वर के। अब इन स्वरों को जब हम बोलते हैं तो हमारे मुंह के अलग अलग जगहों से हम इसको बोलते हैं। अ, ई, री, ये आप अगर उसको उच्चारण करेंगे, आप मेरे पीछे पीछे एक बार बोलिए, और ये जो स्थान हम जहां बनाए हैं देखेंगे आप, वहां पे वाइब्रेट होगा। आप मेरे पीछे रिपीट कीजिए। और ध्यान दीजिए कि आपके चेहरे के किस किस इस जगह पे वाइब्रेट हो रहा है कि नहीं। ई, ऊ, ऊ, है ना। तो हमने जो स्वर बनाए हैं या जो स्वर हम महसूस करते हैं, वो हमारे जो उच्चारण करते हैं तो अलग अलग इंद्रियों पे उसका डेवलपमेंट है। उसी तरह से व्यंजन है, स्वर से बनता है व्यंजन। व्यंजन का मतलब क्या होता है? घर में पकवान बनता, लोग बोलते हैं ना व्यंजन बना है घर में। आज व्यंजन में क्या है? घर में जो खाना पीना बनता है व्यंजन बोलते हैं ना, व्यंजन। ठीक है। तो पका हुआ खाने को व्यंजन बोलते हैं। उसी तरह जो कॉन्सोनेंट है वो पका हुआ खाना है। दीज आर द कॉन्सोनेंट्स। क ख ग घ अंग, च छ ज ज इय, त ठ ड ढ ण, त थ द ध न, प फ ब भ म, य र ल व, श ष स ह क्ष। These are the complete varna, व्यंजन, consonant. So starting from a and ending to the ksha, इसीलिए हम लोग बोलते हैं अक्षमाला। सुने होंगे कभी अक्षमाला? Have you heard about अक्षमाला? In many tantric literatures, we say akshamala is a type of mala where we use the vowels for chanting. In Matrika chantings, suppose you have to chant Namah Shivaya. So what we do is we start from a. Ang Namah Shivaya, Ang Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Ring Namah Shivaya, Ring Namah Shivaya, Ring Namah Shivaya, Lurung Namah Shivaya, Ang Namah Shivaya, Ang Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. When we like do, it is called the Matrika chanting, Akshamala chanting. We sometimes put these varnas in starting and the end. Ang Namah Shivaya Ang, Ang Namah Shivaya Ang, Namah Shivaya So, when you go to understand the deep of these bija mantras, then you will understand how this comes. So, in Sanskrit literature, you can see these words, and when you chant these words, then different the mouth organs are used as clitoral, palatal, cerebral, dental, labial. So ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, cha, cha, ja. आप देखो क, ख, ग, घ, आप किसी खास मुंह के पार्ट से बोल रहे हो। बोल के देखो, आप मेरे बात बोलो। क, बोलो बोलो। क, क, आपका जीव कहां पे जा रहा है? विच, वेयर इज योर टंग, इन वेयर इन अ पैटल, इन विच पैटल? क, देखो, ध्यान दो, बी अवेयर। क, क, नाउ यू चैंट ख, 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 उसी जगह पे हो रहा है ना, सेम सेम प्लेस, है ना। ग, 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 सेम प्लेस पे हो रहा है ना। घ, घ, तो ये सारा एक सीरीज में है जहां आपका टंग एक जो पैलेट्स के पीछे की तरफ टच करता है, ग्यूटरल। सो क, ख, ग, घ, अंग, that chanted in a same manner. When you say ka and kha, when you say kha, more air come out. Ka, kha. If you say ka with the more air, then it is kha. Ka, kha. Only difference is more air blown up. Ka, kha. Isn't it? Ka, kha. उसी तरह से ग, घ है। ग में अगर ज्यादा हवा छोड़ोगे तो घ बन जाएगा। ग घ ग घ ग घ। बोल के देखो। ग घ क ख ग घ, है ना? थोड़ा ज्यादा एयर को छोड़ के बोले तो वो नेक्स्ट हो गया। क को ज्यादा एयर ब्लो करेंगे ख, ग में लिटिल मोर एयर ब्लो बिकम घ, क ख ग घ, क ख ग घ। Isn't it? They are chanted with a same position of the tongue. Ka kha ga gha anga. In some languages, this a very little differences are not explained. In many languages of many people fight. Oh, we say Sanskrit, when Sanskrit as a mother of all language, then people think I'm talking about Sanskrit is the oldest language. Maybe, may not be. My Tamil brothers and sisters here, they will say, no, Tamil is the more oldest. Yes, it may be. I agree. Tamil may be the more oldest. But the Sanskrit is the mother because it is very, very scientific in the nature. You can write down anything when a dog bark, when the cow and buffalo says moo sound, any sound you can write in a Sanskrit. Any type of sound in the universe, any bakery sound you can write in a Sanskrit. It not in any other language. When I say it is not in any other language, I'm not saying is great, koi acha hai, koi kharab, good and bad. I'm not saying that. Every language is good. But Sanskrit is very scientific. अच्छा, अब देखो, बहुत सारे साउथ इंडियन लैंग्वेज में क और ग अलग अलग नहीं है. The ka and ga sounds very similar in the South Indian languages. जैसे अगर हम ये कहें कि हम खाना खा करके हम गाना गाने जा रहे हैं, कोई खाना खाएगा उसके बाद गाना गाएगा, उसको कोई साउथ इंडियन बोलेगा तो कैसे बोलेगा? अमकान काता एंड काना काता, अमकान काता एंड काना काता, ऐसे बोलेंगे ना. ये समझने जैसा है क्योंकि क और ख का उच्चारण, ग और घ का उच्चारण ये किसी लैंग्वेज में नहीं. संस्कृत के अलावे इतना स्पेशलाइज्ड एक्सप्लेनेशन किसी लैंग्वेज में नहीं. ये ब्यूटी है इस संस्कृत लैंग्वेज का. च, अब देखो च छ ज झ या, ये जीव, व्हाट इज द पोजीशन ऑफ योर टंग इन च? जस्ट से च, चा 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 च चा ची चू चे चा च च, से झ, से छ, से झ, से ज. The position of your tongue is very similar, please. Cha, cha, ja, ja. That is as simply your tongue is touching your palates in a parallel way. Cha, cha, ja, ja. And when you say ta, ta, tha, da, dha, you curl your tongue. Ta. You little twisted your tongue to say ta. In many European languages, there is no T word, ta word is not there. They say tomato. We say tomato, tomato. They say tomato. Sit on your buttocks. So there is no ta word is not there. और हम लोग ट को इतना उच्चारण करते हैं, टन 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 घंटी बाजे सब चटिया स्कूल से भागे. ट शब्द बहुत, और साउथ इंडिया में ट ठ ड ढ ण बहुत ज्यादा यूज आता है. They have very curly twisted tongues. You see, in the Telugu Tamil language, there are a lot of this ta tha da da da, which somehow you twist a little bit your tongue. Similarly, this the consonant like ta tha da dha na, you touch your tongue with the teeth. Ta, teeth, you touch your teeth. Ta, ta tha da dha na, ta tha. So what you are doing, touching your teeth with the tongue. Do it. Ta tha da dha, isn't it? When you go to the next consonant, next group of consonant, which is pa, your lips are touching. Pa, 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 ba, ba, ma, pa, 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 pi, pu, pu, pe, pau, pang, pa, 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 pi, pi, pu, pu, pe, pe, pau, pang, pa. And similarly, I say pa. When you go to the fa, it is more air come out. Pa, 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 ba, bha, ba, bha, ba, more air, bha, pa, more air, ha. So these is the beauty of the Sanskrit language. Then the next group is not pure consonant. We say yara, lava, sha, 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 ha, ksha is not the pure consonant. It is the half consonant. Ardha vyanjan. इसको अर्ध व्यंजन बोलते हैं. ये पूर्ण व्यंजन नहीं है. ये आधा व्यंजन है, आधा स्वर है. हाफ व्यंजन, हाफ वॉवेल. य, र, ल, व, sh, sh, sa, ha. These 8 words, 8 syllables are half consonants. Well, it look like I'm teaching very class 1 student ABCD like alphabets. But we need to understand the beauty of this. That's what I'm saying. Some words are coming from the mouth, lips, from the dante, from the tongue, from the murdhanya, from the palates, talavve, from the back of the talu, and kant. There is the 5 places where the bakri letters come up. Now this is very beautiful chart that I really, when I normally see this chart, I feel the goosebumps in my hands and legs. So beautiful understanding of the words, the alphabets. A is from where? A is lalat, from your head. A is your mukh, your mouth. E is your the right eye. E is your left eye. U is your left ear. U is your right ear. Re like that, you can see here. Ka, kha, ga, ga, anga is the right hand. When you say right hand, ka, kha, ga, gha, anga. Ka is the mool, bahu mool. Ka, kha, ga, gha is the palm, and the fingertips is anga. Like that, left hand, ka, kha, ga, gha, anga is like this. Ka, kha, ga, gha, anga. Right leg and left leg like that. Start from the pelvic, ta, tha, da, da, da. And the left leg, ta, tha, da, dha, na. Pa is kukshi, is the back of the shoulder. Fa is the back of the shoulder. Kukshi is this is the back, kukshi, the upper back called kukshi. Va is the breast peat. Ma is the abdomen. Ra is the daksh skand. This is the whole shoulder. Kukudi is the back of the neck called kukudi in Sanskrit. Kukudi. This is Kukudi, back of the neck. Va is the right shoulder. And Sha is from your heart to the tip of the finger, right hand. It is Sha. So when you learn the Nyas, in Nyas, it is the same manner you do the Nyas. What we do when we do the Nyas, the Varna Nyas, Matrika Nyas, we project all these Varna into the body parts. Then we will use the letters Vam, Sham, Shang, Sang. Have you heard in many Tantric Bija mantras? Vam, Shang, Shang, Sang. This is talking about the Matrika which established in different parts of the body. Shang is from heart to tip of the hand, right hand. Shang is from heart to the left hand tip of the tongue, like that. So this is that chart. This chart can be understood in also in a manner when you see from our Bindu chakra, when all the droplets of nectar is coming out to the Mooladhar, then you see different letters pop up in different chakras. So these chakras are what? They are the development of Matrika, either in the body or in the cosmos. The Matrika develops the chakra. In the body, first chakra came up, then chakra develops the flesh and bones, the cells and tissues, the organs. First, the Matrika came up. So, when you came in a womb, then Viri is what? It is not Siman. Siman is Sukra. Viri is Matrika. From Virya, Semen comes up, Sukra come up. And from the Shukra, and when it's transmitted into the womb, then the and come up, the egg cell come up. And from the zygote, it develops into different varna. First, we develop the chakra body, the pranic body, and from the pranic body, the physical body, the body of cells and tissues came up. You can see in this chart how different chakras came up with different letters, different varnas. Maybe in the next session, I will explain it a little more. Today, I just want to show you the beauty of this matrika, the varna. From the matrika, the a, I, I, U, the Shiva Tattva, Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Anga, Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, Akash, Panchabhuta. From Cha Varg, Panch Tanmatra, Ta Varg, Panch Karmendriya, Ta Varg, Panch Jnanendriya. Like that, you can see from the alphabets, these came up. The alphabets also can be understood in the three basic form. The Chandra Matrika, the Matrika which relates to the lunar Matrika from the moon, from the sun, that is called Saur Matrika, Sun Matrika, and the Agni, which is called the fire Matrika, you can say Agneya Matrika. So there are 16 lunar Matrika, Chandra Matrika, 24 Saur Matrika, and 10 the Agneya Matrika. Maybe I'll take another class to explain all these 16, 24, and 10, the Chandra Matrika, Saur Matrika, and the Agneya Matrika. And you can see the name is explained here. Ang Amritaye Namah, Ang Manadaye Namah, Ing Pushaye Namah, Ig Tustaye Namah, Ung Pustaye Namah, Ung Rutnaye Namah, Ring Rutte Namah, Ring Shashinaye Namah, Ring Chandrikaye Namah, Ring Kante Namah, Ang Jyotisnaye Namah, Ang Sriye Namah, Ong Pratyay Namah. These are actually different matrika, and from it different the goddesses, the Shaktis coming up into three basic form of matrika: the lunar, the solar, and the Agneya, the fire. This needs a proper explanation. And the beauty of this Saur matrika, you can see the Kang Bhang Tapinnai Namaha. Kang and Bhang. Varna is Kang and Bham. And you see a very nice synchronization. Kang Khang Gang Gang. You can see the downwards Kang Khang Gang Gang, Ang Chang Chang Jang Jang Yang Tang Tang, and Dung Chammei Nama, then Dung upward, then Dung 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 Tang Tang Dung 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 Pang Pang Bang Bang. Then makes two letters. These are very scientific expansion of the Shakti, the vibration, to develop the Saur Matrika. So this needed to be explained. I need 3-4 hours to explain these Matrika Bhed. But today, in short, time is short. I'm going to end up very short these things. We started with the Matrika, the picture of 8 Matrika. The Mahalakshmi, Brahmi, Maheshwari, Kaumari, Vaishnavi, Varahi, Indri, and Chamunda. अवर्गे तू महालक्ष्मी, क वर्गे कमलोद्भवा, च वर्गे तू महेशानी, ट वर्गे तू कुमारिका, नारायणी, त वर्गे तू वाराही, तू प्रवाद, प वर्गिका, ऐन्द्री चैव य वर्गावस्था, चामुंडा तू श वर्गिका. तो ये अवर्ग से महालक्ष्मी, क वर्ग से ब्राह्मी, च वर्ग से माहेश्वरी, ये इस तरह से ये देवियों का उद्भूत होता है, ये देवियां उत्पन्न होती है इस तरह की मातृकाओं से. हमने पहले भी जब मैंने शिव सूत्र पढ़ाया था तो हमने यही 8 योनियां, अष्ट मातृका मतलब 8 योनियां, 8 प्रकार के क्रिएशन, इस अष्ट कोण से पूरा का पूरा स्पेसीज, 84 स्पेसीज निकल के, 84 लाख स्पेसीज, 8.4 मिलियन स्पेसीज केम अप फ्रॉम दिस अष्टकोणा, अष्ट योनि. Mahalakshmi, Brahmi, Maheshwari, Kaumari, Vaishnavi, Varahi, Indri, and Chamunda. From these 8 kon, Ashtakon. Remember the Ashtakon in the Sri Yantram. Don't forget the Ashtakon in the Sri Yantram. From that Ashtakon, the 84 lakh, 8.4 millions of the species come up. These Ashtakona is this. And Disha is also explained here. In which Disha, Mahalakshmi in the Purva Disha, in the east, the Brahmi in the southeast, Maheshwari in the northeast. Many nowadays, Vastu Shastri, those who work on the Vastu Shastra, they should learn, they should understand these varnas in different directions. And I already talked about in the body. And you can see how these Ashtamatrika in different Ashtamatrika, Ashtakon in different directions in a space. And not only that, in Prapanchsar Tantra, it explained how these letters develop the different stars in your galaxy. We have 27 nakshatras, combination of stars. And whole astrology came up with these varna here, and according to that varna, Rashi is defined. That's why if you see your Janma Kundali, then you find your varna, your letters, which is written there. At the end, I want to show you a temple of Sri Harsiddhi Devi temple. And when I see the top of the temple, I surprised. I see how nicely Sri Yantram is explained with Matrika in great detail. This is a part I cannot take the photo of whole, but it's a small photo. You can see here how beautifully a whole structure, cosmology is explained in the top, in the temple top, as the 51 matrikas and with the Shri Yantra in the middle. As I shown you in the starting, this is the Astamatrika, Asta योनि from 8.4 84 लाख योनियां जहां से निकल के आती है, और ये योनियां पूरा मात्रिका चक्र या श्री चक्र बनाती है, श्री यंत्र बनाती है। इसी श्री यंत्र में सभी मात्रिका व्याप्त होते हैं। तो आज हम लोग यहीं तक पढ़ेंगे, और हम जानते हैं कि it will get too much if I give you everything in a one day. So I hope today you enjoyed to understand how scientific our Sanatan culture is, how elaborated cosmology is there in the Shri Vidya, how deep mystery of Matrika Shakti is there. So in every coming class, I will go deeper, we dive deeper and explore the Matrika Shakti in more details. And in every session, I will bring many jewelries for you of this Matrika Shakti. मातृका शक्ति तो जितना ज्यादा समझने जाओ उतना गंभीर, उतनी गहरी होती चली जाती है, कोई अंत ही नहीं। लगता है कि हम अपनी उम्र में अब तक जितना भी मातृका शक्ति हम समझे, मुझे हमेशा लगता है कि मैं समुद्र के बूंद के बराबर समझा हूं, समुद्र बाकी है। हर बार लगता है कि समुद्र बाकी है, जितना समझे एक बूंद समझे। इस मातृका विज्ञान को आप समझो कि जीवन भर कई कई जन्मों तक समझते जाओ तो भी बहुत कुछ रह जाएगा समझने के लिए। इतना अद्भुत विज्ञान, और इस विज्ञान के अलावा इसको जानने के लिए हमें साधना शक्ति चाहिए। एक्चुअली टू अंडरस्टैंड इट इन इट्स कंप्लीट वी नीड साधना, वी नीड श्री विद्या साधना, वी शुड वर्शिप श्री यंत्र, एंड वी नीड टू do the practices of Shri Vidya to understand in its completeness. So thank you very much today to listen patiently with me. आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपने बहुत पेशेंस से हमें सुना।
Thank you very much, Guruji.
थैंक यू।
प्रणाम गुरुजी।
प्रणाम
धन्यवाद
सभी लोग।
प्रणाम गुरुजी।
प्रणाम गुरुजी। प्रणाम गुरुजी।
प्रणाम
प्रणाम
गुरुजी। प्रणाम गुरुजी।
गुरुजी प्रणाम। It
थैंक
was
यू गुरुजी।
fascinating.
हर सिद्धि
प्रणाम निखिल।
Thank you.
थैंक यू।
थैंक यू।
प्रणाम गुरुजी।
प्रणाम गुरुजी।
प्रणाम।